What's up? Coach Michael Burt. Sunday, I want to say January 10. Out getting a little walk in the subdivision. We call these conversations with Coach. You know, Michael O'Donnell, the #1 door-to-door sales guy in the world, sent me a message. And it was a definition of a coach. And it said a coach, a person who unlocks the potential in another person by encouraging and developing, right? I like that concept of unlock because there's something inside of a person. Tonight we're talking, I'm getting ready for a webinar I've got tomorrow night. And the webinar is on the dark side of prey drive. And if you follow me at all, you know, hey, I was a women's basketball coach for a decade. My sole objective was to getting those kids to play at a higher frequency, come together as a unit, and win championships. What I realized many years later was that what I was really doing was unlocking the prey drive in a person to compete, to want something, to move towards something, to never become static or entropic, but to always be pursuing a potential. And the crazy thing about potential is you don't know when you reach it. You really never reach it, I guess. There's moments where you're in flow. There's moments where you're playing at a high frequency. There's moments where you know you're on your A game. Like I'm thinking of a moment right now. But you're always pursuing it if you're serious about the prey drive. Well, tomorrow night I'm doing a webinar that's free. I'll post a link in the comments about how to use the dark side of prey drive. We all have a dark side. Since the fall of Adam and Eve, we've all have a dark nature, a sin nature to us. And the question becomes, how can that be utilized for good? How can it be utilized to produce? How can it be converted to something positive? And that's really why I wanted to call the topic of this conversion. Because for years as a basketball coach, when I got beat, man, I would be so angry and so mad and so embarrassed that we would bring the players in at 4:30 in the morning. I would walk the floor at night. I was just so angry about losing. And I think it was because it was tied up to, how you doing, guys? How you doing? I think it was because it was tied up in my not competition, like you think the competition is what did it. I think it was some type of fear of rejection, some type of fear of embarrassment, some type of like I knew I was going to look bad, man, in relationship to my goals, which was trying to win a championship. So I asked myself, is that a bad thing? Is it a bad thing that I stayed up all night? Is it a bad thing that I devoted my whole life to it? Is it a bad thing that the embarrassment drove me to want to do better? Is it a bad thing that I feared the rejection so much that I would push harder next time? And I really learned to hate losing more than I love winning. But there is nothing like being the best. So I have some conflict about these emotions. Fear, anxiety, disappointment, loneliness, rejection, embarrassment. Because in some way, these things prompt us to want to do better in life. When you get low enough, you'll do something about it. When you get embarrassed enough, you'll take an action. When you get frustrated enough, you'll work the muscle. When you don't want to lose anymore, you'll practice harder. When you're tired of being broke, you'll work, man. You know, you'll finally go to work, which is what you could have done the whole time. So I'm just, as I'm working through this, because these concepts that I have, that I share with you, I'm working through them just like you are, right? I'm working through the fear. I'm working through the desire to want to go bigger. I'm working through, like, how do How do I multiply my business? What actions do I take? And so I think you have these moments where it's like you want to go and then you're scared to go. You want to take bigger action, then you're scared to take bigger action because you're always wondering, what if it don't work? Well, here's the best news. If it don't work, you can start all over again. And this is why people that make $1 million a year and lose it all go back and make it again, because they have a confidence that they can do it. Right? You'll never have the confidence you can do it if you don't actually go do it. So I want to encourage you to embrace these emotions that you're feeling, to harness that fear. Okay, like you hear me say, we go to bed tired and we wake up hungry. Right now, there's a lot of people. Take the mortgage industry. They got no fear, man. They really believe that refinance booms, money's going to flow into their life, like ridiculous levels. We're doing better than we've ever done. Here's what I would ask you. Is it a direct result of your actions that you've taken, or is it a direct result of an external factor like the market? Right? If money comes down to 3% and you can't sell it, because it's not because you're that good, it's because the market's that good. That's a false positive, man. See, sports, this is the best thing I know about sports. Sports taught me to never believe you were that good. There's always somebody out there who's better. You may win the state of Tennessee, but there's somebody in the country that's better than you. And so because of that, you could win on Tuesday night, puff up your chest, start saying you're really good, and lose on Friday night. And it was embarrassing as hell to lose on Friday night, right? Then go through this cycle again. So I see people that lull themselves into believing, man, I'm doing as good as I've ever done today, man. I'm producing more than I've ever produced. Well, no, duh. Everybody is in that market. Everybody's doing better than they've ever done. Even the low budget people. It's not because they're good. It's because the money's so cheap, man. So, you know, I've got this real estate agent down in Florida named Brian Beasley, who I highly recommend. Man, he gets up, goes to the gym every morning. I can get in touch with him anytime, day and night. And he told me the other day, he said, man, it's like everybody down here is on island time except me. Because other people don't get back to you, don't have a sense of urgency. What they don't have is a sense of fear, because the market is ridiculous, right? Every house is overpriced. There's only 14 houses on the market right now, right? There's buyers from all over the country fleeing New York City and New Jersey and California, coming to Florida. It's the most overinflated thing you've ever seen, man. If you can't sell a house, right? Well, what's going to happen when that changes? And he's still getting up every day and hustling. He's going to continue to win. And those people are going to be broke, folks. Not just broke. They're going to be real broke. And they're going to have a high-end lifestyle, and they're not going to do it. So if you learn anything from me, learn the toughness that it takes to never buy your own hype, to always know there's somebody out there working harder than you. And then learn to convert these fears. Like, have a healthy fear, right? Like, I think me being afraid to be embarrassed causes me to prepare for presentations, prepare to work the muscle, to be good, to not wing it, to have something valuable to say, right? The way I push is because I got a healthy fear that it could all go away tomorrow. I know I'm blessed. I know that my life is better than it's ever been, but it ain't close to what it could be, right? I still have a healthy amount of fear that it can all go away, and that fear drives me. Okay, I was thinking about one of my buddies is doing his big time guy. You guys would know him. So easy to try to latch onto those people and want to latch onto those people. But latching onto somebody else to get to where you want to go, all those seems like an easy play. Like, hey, can I ride your coattails? Can I be involved with you? Can I get involved with you in some way because you're doing? At the end of the day, even that violates one of my core principles, which is never allow another person to stand between you and your destiny. Never place your destiny on another person's hands. So all the people trying to latch on to a person because they're going somewhere needs to step back and go, no. I don't need to latch onto their success. I need to create my own success. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be doing this free webinar. These webinars I do are free. It's my way of giving back. It's my way of keeping you engaged. It's my way of educating the world with what I've learned. 28 years of coaching, studying some of the top people in the world, building a multi-million-dollar coaching business, right? Owning millions of dollars of real estate. It's my way of just teaching, man. I'm a teacher and a coach. So many teachers and coaches don't know how to monetize their message, though. I have a sales mindset, a sales machine, a sales philosophy. Nothing happens until something is sold. We got to get up every day. God, look at that sunset going down. Can you see it? Right in between there. See that right there. Sunset between those two houses. That's what I'm talking about. I got a mindset, man. Top line revenue like crazy. Nothing happens until something is sold. We show up, we grow up, and we deliver. It all goes to zero at midnight. There comes a time when winter asks what you did all spring and summer. It's going to be a fight, but dadgummit, we're going to win. I got to get some t-shirts with this stuff on it. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to call Mike Dole as soon as I'm finished tonight. We're going to talk about that. One of them is use fear as fuel, right? Get embarrassed enough to do something about it. Like, these are philosophies that I have that I think are good philosophies. They've served me well in my life. And they're really this concept of, when in doubt, taking action. Okay? You don't need more money, you need more people. The people have the money. So when you're thinking about these concepts, man, God, these are good. Get my own self motivated. So tomorrow night, will you be there? Can I count on you? Can I get you into my coaching program? Can I be your coach? Can I use this to activate your prey drive? Will you read my book, Flip the Switch, when it comes out later this year through McGraw-Hill? I got to get to working on that book too. That thing's due in a couple months. So I need to plan some writing time. Will you show up, man, every day and quit listening to your own hype about how good you are? No matter how good you are, there's always somebody else doing it better, folks. And will you convert negative emotion? Embrace the negative and then use it. Use it to your benefit. Use it to take an action. Use it to do something. Use it to play at a higher frequency. Right? Because this is fuel, baby. Fuel for the achievers. The conversion of fear, anger, doubt, jealousy, insecurity, every negative emotion you can think of is the fuel you need to play at a higher level. All the haters who never said you would be anything. Okay? The fact that I'm signing this deal, well, McGraw-Hill already signed it, by the way. I remember one famous publicist seeing me speak, right? And they asked this person about Coach Burt, like, what do you think about Coach Burt? And they said, oh, he's a good high school basketball coach. He's a pretty good speaker. And man, I think about that every day. I think about that and I let it fuel me, man. I let it fuel me to write new books, to generate millions of dollars, to play at the highest frequency, to do bigger deals. You don't need more money, you need more people. The people have the money. And every person that don't believe in you along the way is a person that you can use to convert that negative to some positive energy to do something big in the world. So I'm here to encourage you. Everybody needs a coach in life, folks. The other day I was working on a big deal, $3 million deal. And the banker who was working on it for me said, I noticed in the parking garage there's one Range Rover that the license plate says Effort. And he said, Coach, I got to ask you, I know that's your Range Rover, right? I said, how did you know, man? How did you know? That word effort sums my whole life up, right? You always get out of it what you put into it. That's what my buddy Scott Jacobs said. So let's do something big, folks. Tomorrow night, get on the webinar. For all those people out there that are playing small, I'm going to show you how to convert that negative to a positive. I'm going to show you how to use that fuel, right? And then if you're not in my coaching program, Monster Producer, man, I can't help you till you commit. $9.97 for a year's worth of coaching. Man, that's it, baby. $9.97 for me to be in your life every single week. You got to ask yourself a simple question. You think your life would be better as a result of me being in it? Will you think better? Will you think bigger with me in your life? Will you play at a higher frequency? Will you have more accountability? Will you have a structure? Will you use a methodology with me in your corner every single week? Now, I know the answer to that question. 560 people have already committed to Monster, right? And I'm not quitting until I get to until I'm getting to 1,000 people in there, just to start with. That's just in my Monster Producer. Then we're going to produce those in other greatness factories around the country. So let's go, folks. Conversion of fuel at Rocket Fuel. Have a great day.